In this video, I wanted to see if the capacity of a lithium iron battery varied based on the discharge current. I decided to do that by testing two different batteries that I have, a 12 volt 10 amp hour and a 12 volt 6 amp hour battery. I'm going to use three different discharge rates, 1.0 C, 0.5 C, and 0.1 C. So for the 10 amp hour battery, that will be 10 amps, 5 amps, and 1 amp. And for the 6 amp hour battery, that's going to be 6 amps, 3 amps, and 0.6 amps. I'm going to test with the 10 amp hour battery first at the three different discharge rates, followed by the 6 amp hour battery with the three different discharge rates. And then I'm going to summarize at the end in a spreadsheet. And here we go with the 10 amp hour test at 1C or 10 amps. You can see that here on the capacity meter, and the test begins. I've recorded these using time-lapse in order to save time. The time-lapse portion of this video is about 30 seconds, regardless of how long it actually took to measure the capacity. For example, at 1C, the discharge time took about 1 hour, and at 0.5C, it took about 2 hours, and at 0.1C, it took about 10 hours. But in my video here, the time-lapse is about 30 seconds each. Here we see the result was 9.457 amp hours. Next test at the 0.5 C or 5 amps. So we can see here on the capacity meter, and the test begins. And we have a result of 9.656 amp hours. Next test at 0.1 C or 1 amp. And we can see that on the capacity meter, and the test begins. And we have a result of 9.497 amp hours. Next, we test the 6 amp hour battery at 1C or 6 amps. So we can see here on the capacity meter, and the test begins. And the result was 5.917 amp hours. The next test, 6 amp hour battery at 3 amps or 0.5 C, as we can see here on the capacity meter, and the test begins. And we have a result of 5.891 amp hours. And then the final test, 0.6 amps or zero point 0.1 C, as we can see on the capacity meter here, and the test begins. and we have a result of 5.705 amp hours. I put all of the numbers into this spreadsheet and created an average for each of the two different battery capacities, and then calculated a deviation from the average, either plus or minus. We can see there is not a lot of variation, which was a little surprising to me. I thought for sure a lower current draw would show a higher overall capacity, but here we're not seeing that. The variation is just a few percent, which could be attributed to pretty much anything. So my conclusion is that the capacity of a lithium iron battery is not much affected by the current draw when within the range of 0.1 C to 1.0 C. Perhaps a few percentage points either way, but generally does not appear to be a major factor in total discharge capacity. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.